Hi and welcome to Cheese Club. I'm David and I'm here with our resident cheese expert, Stephen Sweet.
Hi.
And today I'll be making an authentic pizza utilising some of our cheese trimmings that we have in this month's box. Within the pizza, we're going to keep it very, very simple. Here I have 500 grams of 00 flour, the finest grain pasta flour you can get. And into that, I'm going to put some salt. That's all I'm going to do, okay? Keep that to one side. I have my water and some fresh yeast. When I put the fresh yeast into the water, it will start to activate it, okay? And I like to have it just off of room temperature, just a bit warm rather than cold, just so it quickly speeds it up, okay? When you add the yeast into the water, what you're looking for is you're looking for it to activate. You're looking for some bubbles. Okay, that will take maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, as that's working away, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the rest of the ingredients. The authentic pizza experience is very, very simple. So you've got your plain flour, you've got your salt. Simply crushed San Marzano tomatoes. That's it. Basil and some good, very, very good olive oil, the best you can possibly afford. Liquid gold, I like to call it. And some of this cheese. You want to tell me a little bit more about the Elric log?
So your Elric log, rather than, with a lot of pizzas that would tend to go with like mozzarella or parmesan, we want to go something a little bit more cheeky, something a little bit more kind of out of the ordinary. And what a better place to look for than in Scotland's backyard. Fantastic. So it's a nice little soft goat's cheese from Lanarkshire, made by the Erringtons. So it's got a nice little bloomy rind to it, really citrusy, fresh, clean. So it's not gonna overshadow anything, but it's just gonna really enhance the dish.
Do you know what? I'm actually looking forward to this. I normally use quite a high fat cheese like mozzarella and it melts into it. But I'm looking forward to the goaty flavour that you get from it.
Do you know, this will be perfect. It's got a little bit of yeast built into the rind, so that's going to actually help soften from the outside inwards. So it's a perfect alternative to mozzarella.
Fantastic. Well, we'll get cracking on the dough and we'll let that prove first, okay? So I'm going to put in the plain flour and the salt in. So as soon as the bubbles happen in the water, we're going to be putting on the kitchen machine, and you want to pour that in gently. You want to come and pour that in. That's it. As we move, that's it. And what the bread machine is doing is it's stretching the gluten within the flour, creating a nice airy base. That's it. And it goes. Good man. So I'll work it into a bit of a dough, and then I'll just use my hands for the rest of that after that, okay? So we're going to tip this out. I'll show you how to work it for a little bit, and then I'll get you to get your hands dirty, okay?
Excellent.
Tip your dough out onto the work surface. A little bit of extra flour. And what we're going to do is we're going to knead, okay? Bring it together, okay? You happy with that? Yeah. Okay. Go for it. Try and bring it all together. So keep working the gluten there. That's it. You want and try and incorporate all the rest of the flour that's on your work surface there. That's fantastic. Okay. So as you've stretched the gluten, as you're obviously not just a resident cheese expert, but our resident baker, we're going to let that prove. Okay. So I'm going to put it into a bowl. We're going to use our bowl that we originally used for the flour. Tiny bit of oil in the bottom of the bowl, just so it doesn't stick. And then fire that in there, okay? I'm going to cover that with a damp cloth and put it into a warm place for about 40 minutes, okay? And we'll be back straight away. Happy days? So that is us, Stephen, as you can see, has doubled in size, okay? And we're going to roll the sleeves up and we're going to get messy again. So earlier on we put a little bit of oil on the bottom, so that should just come out. You can see the lightness of the dough. So we're going to keep the toppings very, very simple. Just simply the San Marzano tomatoes, your beautiful Elric log cheese, and some torn fresh basil. Okay, so I'm going to roll this out and take a little ball. You want to do the same? You grab the same? What you want to do is a little bit of oil, okay, on the worktop. And now you can use a rolling pin if you want. Oh, look at that, look at that, there we go. Just simply roll over, just very gently. There you go. So it's nice and thin, that's what you're looking for. Now it doesn't matter about the shape. It's rustic, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the best part.
So what you need to avoid is the little holes in the middle. You see that there? You see a little hole? Try and avoid that. When you have the toppings on top, what that will do is the toppings will fall through, the tomatoes will fall through, and the cheese will fall through, and it will stick to the base. That's what you don't want. So simply just patch it up like a little plaster. You want a little of this? Happy days. Okay. So what I like to do to create a barrier is polenta, fine polenta. Now polenta comes from maize, okay, and it's ground to as fine as polenta will go. So it's almost like flour, but it's a lot more coarse. And if you think of like the best pizzas you've had elsewhere, the double crunch you get, that grain that's onto the pizza. So I'm going to fire this bad boy straight onto there. Okay, we're going to use this little paddle. So we get the spoon. I'll make one and I'll give it over to you. Okay. Do you know what I think, mate? I think less is more on a pizza. Less is more.
Just a little bit of sauce, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of herb, a little bit of salt and pepper, done.
Yeah, done. So, tomatoes. Do you know what? A little bit of salt. Yeah, good man. Excellent. A little bit of salt, a little bit of torn basil. I'm going to tear this bad boy. Nice and fresh. Torn basil. Do you know the stems of basil are really fragrant as well? I like that. Now, I'm going to use some of this fantastic root log. Look at that.
And you can already see when you've got that kind of yeast that's already starting to break down around the edges. So that's going to do the exact same you would with mozzarella or burrata. It's going to really soften from the outside inwards, and it's just going to create the exact same effect. But the beauty with these cheeses is you can use anything with it. You don't have to, if a recipe says use mozzarella or goat's cheese, you don't have to. Whatever you have available will work.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. Nice and versatile.
I've always been quite stringent with the mozzarella on a pizza and using certain, yeah? And you can use anything?
Yeah, anything.
If only I'd known. Right, here we go. You ready for this? We're going to put
That's
this
beautiful, chef.
Thank you very much. Right. The trick is to get it onto the pizza stone. There we go. Go, go, go. Yay! This pizza will take about between 4 to 5 minutes to cook.
Nice. Oh, look at that.
I mean, look at it.
I mean, that's poetry in motion right there.
Right there. Fantastic.
Straight off the streets of Napoli.
And to finish, tear off a couple of tender pieces of the basil, just to contrast with the cooked one. Okay.
Beautiful, chef.
And there we go. There is my Elric Log pizzetti.
Thank you for joining us on this edition of Cheese Club. Really hope to see you for next time.